So let's get started with the dynamics. So first, what's obvious is that we're gonna need the hinge connector here, here, and here. I'm only gonna use one for the bottom and one for the top, and then yeah, let's do that first. So I'm gonna go to the front view, which is this one, and then position this properly. Just, it doesn't have to be perfect, just good position, and then hold control and drag to create new ones, you can see. And we better go down on one axis, and then go to the other view and position them correctly. I think they're fine there. So we only have to rotate them, and that's it. So we can keep things messy and just hold control and drag, and then come here and go minus to have another set of them, and I can go to display and they're always visible so that I can see where they're at. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go with it like that, and I will organize them in the end. So another thing that we need to do is, where is PureRef? We need to add the connectors here for these places. So same thing, I'm just gonna hold control and drag. I hope I didn't mess up something. Okay, hold control and drag to the perfect place, and then maybe scale these down a little bit, and then make it ball and socket so that it allows the wheel to rotate around. Not the wheel, but the knuckle which connects to the wheel. And there we go. So since we used symmetry, we can just control drag and use an opposite position for that. That's perfect. Next, what we gonna do next? We can just go for the shock absorbers first. Yeah, so we can use any connector of those. I'm gonna use this one. Hold control and drag it over here, and then let's see, I think that's it. So this one is gonna connect the top part of the shock absorber to the body, and then I have to put one here. I'm just gonna use snap for that. I'm gonna press snap and then hold control and drag to the perfect position. And of course, since we used symmetry, we can just do minus here. It's gonna be perfectly in place. Hello? What have I done? I didn't duplicate it. Yeah, that's what's gonna be minus. I think these ones should be a little bit smaller as well. So these connectors will connect the, where are you? The shock absorber to the body, one to the body and one to the bottom wishbone. And right now we need two more connectors for these parts over here. So Yeah, let's do them first, then we go back to the easy part, which is the wheel. So for that we're gonna need let me put that in a no so that it goes off the way. So this one is gonna be since it's not rotating, this thing does not rotate like around, it just goes up and down. We're gonna use the slider, not the twist slider. Twist slider allows it to rotate around itself, but slider is gonna only allow it to go up and down. And to get the perfect position for that, we're gonna put it inside one of these cylinders and then press PSR, or just come here and just go 0 0 0. Obviously we should rotate it 90 degrees. So this thing is gonna connect these. Wait, we need to make this a little bit smaller. It will connect this part to this part and like put them in a line so that they can only go up and down. To do the same, I think I'm just gonna do the same thing as the shock absorber. I will just duplicate it, copy this value, the rotation, press enter, give this negative value, and then put that back in there with the negative value. I think we're almost there. So the only thing that's left to do is make the connector for between the wheel and the knuckle. To do that, we're just gonna add a dynamic connector, and it's obviously a hinge, so that'll work. But we need the wheel so that we can put it in the center of it by pressing PSR. There, it's perfectly in the center right now. That's good. So let's create the other side first and make these ones visible as well. Okay, so to just, because we are not gonna add the steering thing first, I think let's just work with it like this. Okay, never mind, let's just go with it like this. First we have to connect all these things together, so the connectors are nothing is connected to anything, they are all just connectors in there. Let me see how I can select these sides. Let's take them out of the null object and then select these. I cannot select them. Okay, I think we should do it manually. I'm just organizing. I'm gonna put the the ones on the right on one null object and the ones on the left on another one. I think that's it. Yeah, Alt G, this is right, and then the ones that are left, this is gonna be left. And now let's connect all things together. Okay, so first we should for the shock absorber we should make these two. Can you go away please? Thank you. We should put these things, both of them, in like as one object. So I'm just gonna make editable if you want, and then connect objects, and then do the same here. We'll do the same for the left side. These two, wait, these two, connect objects and delete. Same for these two, connect objects and delete. So now we're good to go. Okay, so let's show the connectors back, and I'm gonna start here. Right, let's go to objects. So the way this works, we can like drag the object from here to the place, or you can just click this thing and then tell it exactly where it's at. Let's make sure nothing is duplicated here, nothing is overlapping. Okay, so let's connect these first. This one connects this upper part to the lower part, and then this is the hinge for the wheel, which connects this thing. Wait, whoa. Is this one piece? Okay. Connects the wheel to the knuckle, and then I'm just gonna shut up and do this. This very exciting thing. This to that, the lower wishbone to the lower shock absorber part, and then the upper one to the body. And for these ones, they connect the upper wishbone to the knuckle, and for the same thing for the bottom one. And we have these two which connect the lower wishbone to the body and the upper wishbone to the body. And now I have to do the same to this side. So this connects the shock absorber together, and this one is for the wheel. What was that? Okay, maybe I must do this axis sensor too. Let's optimize first, then axis sensor too. Now let's try. Wheel to knuckle. Thank you. Now, this is lower wishbone to the lower part. This is the upper parts to body. This is from the knuckle to the upper wishbone. Again, I'm just doing this for fun. This is not really a practical way to rig objects, but you can just check it out in the end of the video and see if it works for you. I mean, it could give a better result. You never know. Let's just select all these and go to axis sensor 2. Where did I stop? Here. Lower wishbone to body and upper wishbone to body. I think we're good to go. I think they are all connected. So we are almost done here. The only thing that we need to do is add the dynamic tags to these bodies. Let's do this one first. Let's go rigid body, and yeah, we're just gonna keep it like that. Let's create a floor and drag everything up. We actually still need to add one, not connector, but this thing. Where is it? Simulate dynamic spring for the shock absorber, which is this thing. Okay, let's make this dynamic first, then we add shock the springs. So the main is done. These are the connectors, I believe. Let's name them. Now we are left with these. I think I can take these down. We don't need them inside in all objects anymore. Then select everything, and add rigid body. Of course we need a rigid body for this one as well, which is the floor. I think we are safe to press play now. Let me save this first. So there is one more thing to do first, which is modifying these rigid body tags so that it doesn't consider this one as one object, because it doesn't see that there is empty space inside. Before I do that, I needed to do something. I forgot what it is. Oh, I needed to add more frames. Let's do 800. We don't need that much, but you know, it's not gonna hurt anyone. Now let's do it. So I think we only need to do that thing with this one and the wheel. You can access, so to in order to not go and press these here, you can just select the objects like this and then come to this part here. You can find dynamic body with all the options. What we're gonna need is I think this one, modifying this shape to move in mesh. I think move in mesh. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So that works properly right now. The thing I was gonna say before is that we have not added steering yet, so we better convert these two connectors to hinge ones so that the knuckle doesn't spin around itself. I'm just gonna select them and come here and use hinge. Now they're not gonna spin, which is perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more thing, which is like giving this more friction, maybe 300, and same for the floor, maybe 80. And let's now add the springs. Let me get rid of these because they are just blocking the way. Now let's create springs. So good thing about springs that you don't need to position them, you just have to connect them. You go to object, then select lower part to the upper part. You just control drag, do the same thing here, and there you go, we have springs. we can set the wrist length, which means which refers to the distance here, or we can just press this button, set reset length. It just remembers the position of them and gives them the length needed, which is in our case 100, as I can say. We can just type it now that we know. Stiffness is, I think, how hard it holds, and damping is how much time it bounces or how much it bounces. So let's do 50 maybe, and press play. Well, obviously it's not holding up, so let's give it more distance. Of course it doesn't work, but I don't know. Let's go 100 here just to test this out. Okay, let's go down to 50. So one important thing to do is modifying the masses on these things, which will like give it the proper masses to work properly. So I will just select these, the shock absorber and the double wishbone, like this, maybe knuckle as well, and I go to dynamic body, go down to mass, and maybe just increase density. This could work. Okay, well let's just give them value then. 5, maybe 2. Is that okay? Let's give them 5, and then we go to the wheel and give it like maybe 2, so that it doesn't vibrate like it does now. 3, maybe 5 as well. I think that's gonna be fine. Okay, now let's give this enough mass, custom mass. Yeah, that looks nice. So sometimes when you have complex objects with dynamics, you maybe need to modify the project settings a little bit. We'll go to dynamics under project settings, and we're gonna go to expert and maybe set this to 20, so that it calculates more frames. Maybe I give this more. To make this a little bit more responsive, we can go to project and go like, I think it's scale that changes. No, it's not here. Okay, let's set to default. Oh yeah, time scale. If we go to 100, that's gonna work better. Now let's see why the wheels are acting weird. Probably need to I'm not sure why the wheels are not working properly. But I think this is good for now. We're gonna leave the rest for another video. Let me just try something out. Yeah, and we should take these points a little bit lower, obviously. So I hope this was helpful. I know I made an old video, which is this one. I did the same thing as now, but there was no audio. I think this video clarifies things for you, and I think if you go back and watch the old video, things will make more sense now. And as I said in the beginning of the video, here is a Dune Buggy modeling if you need to make a detailed one. And if you're interested in so this is really detailed. I'm really not sure why it's only got 500 views, but that's okay. Another thing is, if you are interested in rigging, like basic rigging, you can check this video out, which is, rigging using keyframes. So yeah, I think that's it. Okay guys, so if you have any questions, if you need anything related to dynamics or modeling, I'm interested in doing another video. Just please let me know what you wanna see next. And I think of making more modeling videos, but I don't know exactly what to do. So please let me know, and subscribe if you're not subscribed, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.